So let me get into the concept now. What is Java and why Java is called high level language and object oriented and platform independent programming, etc. etc. We are going to see in this definition. So each and every terminology and the word is going to explain be in clear. So let me get into the concept then. What is Java? Okay, what is Java? So directly, Java is a high level, high level object oriented, and or else we can also use platform independent language, or else not only just programming language. So Java is a high level and object oriented and a platform independent programming language. So don't just even memorize this definition directly. So what is meant by high level and what is meant by object oriented and what is meant by platform independent? We'll get into these three keywords clearly. So I just suggest everyone not to memorize this definition directly. So if you understand the concept, you can no need of memorizing these concepts, no need of just remembering this definition and all. If you understand the concept clearly, you are just going to get this definition in your mind very frequently whenever your interviewer asks and any person. So if you just say in interview or in any client, any faculty member or any client or panel member, Java is a high level and object oriented and platform independent programming language. They will just ask a direct question. What is meant by high level in your terminology? What is meant by object oriented? What is meant by platform independent? Can you please elaborate these kind of words? So these questions are you are going to listen from your interviewer or any panel member or any clients also as well. So to solve all these questions, and let me explain you and let me break down the above situation, or else let me break down this definition directly. Okay, let me break down this definition. So first option was it's a high level. What I said, Java is a high level programming language. So what is meant by high level? What is meant by high level? Let me tell you. Okay, Java is a high level language. So what is meant by Java, high level and what is nothing? So why is it is called as high level programming language? So directly I'm not going to write the question there. So a just I'm directly going to write the point. Okay, a high level language or else a high level programming language or a high level language is a language. A high level language is a language that is close to human understanding and where it is going to easy to write and read. So everything, okay, let me write, is a language that is, is a language that is close to human understanding and is close to, easy to read and write, easy to read and write, and it hides the hardware complexity. Hides the Okay, a high level language is a language where that is close to human understanding levels and easy to read and write, and it hides the hardware complexity. Okay, so Java is a language where it is going to be understand to every human, and we can easily read and write. We can easily read the Java code, and we can easily write the code, and it is going to hard like what an example of hides hardware complexity and everything and all. So let us all break down into an example. So let me write an example here. We'll get into this picture. So let me give you an example of basic code. I can just many users know this example. Int a is equal to a and int b is equal to 10. So whenever I write this out and a is b, so let me write the full definition directly. system.out.println a plus b. So is this code is readable and easy to write and easy to read and is you understandable way? So everything is fine. So this is nothing but high level programming language. So why it is saying why how can you are saying it is human understanding and it is easy to write. So we can easily write and we can easily understand everything. So why? Because with the above code for the above code which I gave you an example, you don't need to know. Okay, please remember these below points. Okay, you don't need to know how the memory is located. Okay, you don't need to know how memory is allocated okay, sorry, how the memory is allocated and how CPU registers the work. Okay, how CPU registers the work and how binary operation will happen. Everything you don't need to remember entire thing. So it is automatical process where it is going to hide the hardware complexity. Okay, how binary addition will happen, not only addition, how it is going to multiply the given variables or else how it is going to perform this binary operation, everything. I'm just mentioning addition because I mentioned addition here. Okay, how binary addition happens. Okay. So Java, why we don't need to know how memory is located, how CPU register the work, how binary addition happen. Just we can't even we should not focus any of these 3 points because it is going to do this auto process automatically. So let me say a note point directly. All Java handles all low level operations internally. Okay. So that's why Java is a high level programming language. Clear, guys? So Java is a high level programming language because this is the language which is close to human understanding and we can easily write and we can easily read the code and hides the hardware complexity. What is meant by hardware complexity and all? I just gave an example. I just written a code int a is equal to b1 and int b is equal to 10 and I'm just adding those two variables and just I'm printing out the response. So how just we don't need to know how memory is allocated, how the CPU register the work, how the binary addition happen. These are all going to handled by the Java internally. So Java is a high level programming language. So okay, fine. So okay, after we just covered up to what is meant by high level language and all. Okay. So okay, up to here we are just clear about how why Java is called as a high level programming language. So the next point, why Java is object oriented. Java is object oriented. Okay. So what is object oriented? So object oriented means I can say you directly. The Java is known as object oriented programming language. So I can directly write in short. Let me write to avoid object oriented programming. In short, we can call it as OOPS. Okay. Object oriented program means I can say you directly means okay. Writing program writing program using objects. Okay, just writing the programs using objects. Objects are nothing but just like real life examples, or is just like real life, or is okay, just like real life. Okay, real life scenarios, like real life objects or okay, fine. So object oriented programming is nothing but just writing the programs using objects, just like real life. Okay, object oriented programming, in short, we can call it OOPS. Okay, OOPS. OOP. And so, what are the real life examples you can ask me directly? Real life examples, I can tell you, real life examples are students, uh, car, or any bank account. Okay, any example, any real life example, or any bank account. So okay, I'm just telling you for your understanding purpose. Okay, next. So we just no need to divide the bank and account. So like for it's getting is showing us a red line underline. So I just break down the word. So next, what why we are saying what is menu objects here and what is why we took real life example. So for example, let us all take an example student directly. Student directly. Student is a real life example. In student life or any student, what is objects? What is object for a student? Okay. So let us all take an example of student. For a student, we can have some properties like properties are nothing but I can say you properties or ID, name, gender, objects. Properties of a student is nothing but ID, name, gender, contact, etc. It can be anything. It can be so on. Okay, I'm not going to mention all those kind. So all these are going to be called as data. All these are going to be called as data. So instead of student, so let me take an example of car. What is car? Is a real life example. So what are the properties of a car? A car ID, car name, car manufactured by manufactured year, everything. So what are the bank account properties? Bank ID, account number, deposited, created, last transaction date. So all these are the properties of a particular example. I took an example of student. So what are the properties of a student? ID, name, gender, contact, etc. Address, email, CGPA, department, so on, date of birth, everything. So all these are the properties of a student. Properties are nothing but data. Properties are nothing but data. And particular thing, not only properties, we are going to have behaviors also. So behaviors are nothing but in programming language, I can call directly as methods. Okay, methods. I can take an example. Student have properties, genders, everything, and all data on behavior. So in each and every in this class, I can say you directly for a student it can have, but each object have or has sorry each object has some properties and behaviors. So what are the what are the things each object may have? Each object may have some data, some methods. Clear, guys? Each object may have some data or both or any one or any method, anything. Okay. So why Java is object oriented now? So let me explain you in detail. So let me break down. So why Java is object oriented? Okay, object oriented. So let me write the points. Everything revolves around the classes. So revolves. Okay, revolves around the classes and objects. Around the classes and objects. Okay, everything revolves. Revolves is nothing but it is going to be in the in this particular locality only. So it is going to revolve around the classes and objects only. Next, it helps in code reusability. It helps in code reusability. I repeat, it helps code reusability. We can use the code n number of times, reusing the code n number of times, and it makes programming modular. It makes the programs or programming modular. Programs modular, as I can say. Next, and it is easy to maintain the large applications as well. Easy to maintain the large applications as well. Okay. Why Java is object oriented? Everything revolves around the classes and the objects. Class is nothing but, for example, I will tell you in the upcoming points. What are the objects I can say? Objects is nothing but these holding every data and methods, and each is a particular part of a program for a class. We are going to create an object for a class. So that class is going to have some behaviors. I can say methods. The class is going to have some variables or properties and some methods. So all these are going to be accessed by or managed by an object. Okay. You are going to understand this example by the practical implementation part more clearly. So don't get panicked. Okay. So particular class is going to have a data or methods. So these data and methods are going to be handled by the object we are going to create for a class. So I told you about each object has data and methods. So I told you the point. So what is a class and how object is going to be created for a class, using which keyword we are going to create an object for a class. Everything is going to be discussed. Don't get tense in the about anything. Okay. So, so Java is oops and is OOP, and why we are going to call as Java as OOP? I explain you clearly. So why in DSA what we are going to use? So let me explain you like in the pattern of DA. In DSA we also use objects. In DSA uses also uses the objects. Objects. What is meant by objects in as per the DSC. So I can say you objects in DSC is nothing but like nodes, graphs, okay, trees. These are all the objects I can say. Okay, these are all the objects I can say you directly. Okay, as part of DSA, we are also going to use the objects. So what are the objects in DSA? Nodes and graphs are the trees or the objects. Okay, fine. So don't get deep in the concept. We'll go step by step and slow, and we are going to be excel in Java and the DSA also as well. We should be able to solve any DSA problem from beginner level to advanced level. Same from we are going to learn this Java from scratch from beginner level to advanced. Clear this. So next. So I can say one point directly. So Java is, or I can say to you directly. So Java OOP nature helps us a lot. I can say helps us a lot in DSA implementation. Okay. Java's OOP nature helps us a lot in DSA implementation. Okay. Next. So this is the main point why we are going to call it as an object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented is nothing but we are going to do everything with object only itself. That object is going to be created for a class. So that object is going to access the data and the methods in that particular class. Okay, fine. So let me get into the next concept. Why Java is called as platform independent language? Why Java is called as platform independent? Why Java is called as platform independent language? Okay, this is the most crucial point I can say you directly, and you must able to understand this point or this concept. Okay, so because this is the biggest strength of the Java. Okay, why Java is called as platform independent language? Okay, so what is meant by platform here? I can say you. So many students can ask me like, or any person can ask me, what is a platform directly? So what is a platform? A platform is nothing but the operating systems we are using, Windows or Mac users or Linux or any kind of hardware systems. Okay, so let me tell you directly or give you directly a point. A platform means operating systems plus hardware. Operating system plus hardware. Okay, a platform means operating system plus hardware. So what are the examples for it? Examples are Windows, Linux systems, or any Mac OS users. Okay, any Mac OS users. Okay, fine. So what is meant by platform? A platform is nothing but what is a platform? A platform means operating system plus hardware. And what are the examples? Windows or Linux or Mac OS or anything. Okay. What is happening in C++ or C? And why C and C++ are platform dependent and why Java is called platform independent. So let me discuss with C++. And then let us come to platform independent concept. So let me start with the problems with other language first. So problem with the other languages. Other languages are nothing but C, C++. Let me take an example of C, C++ directly. Problems with other languages like languages in C or C++ directly. Okay, fine. What are the problems we have in C, C++? The problems we have is if, for example, if the code is compiled, I can directly write like points. If the code is compiled, if the code is compiled on Windows, okay, if the code is compiled on Windows, that code won't run on, cannot run on, I can say, cannot run on Linux environment. I repeat, what are the problems in other languages like C and C++? So if we run our code, if we compiled our code in Windows, we can't run that same code in the Linux environment. Did you got my point? So this is the basic problem in C, C++. So why? Because the code is compiled in OS dependent platform. Why this was happening? Why this was happening? Because this was happening because the code is compiled, or as the compiled code is, I can say you compiled code is OS dependent. Compiled code is OS dependent. Clear, guys? What is the problem with other languages C++? If we compile the code on Windows, that code can't run on Linux. Why? Because the compiled code is OS dependent. Okay, is depending on the operating system. If you compile the code on Windows, that code is going to run on only Windows systems only. If you compile the code on Linux, that code is going to run Linux environment only. So these type of problems are called as OS dependent. If you run your code on Windows, if you are able to run the code on any system, particular system irrespective of the OS, so we can call it as a platform independent. Okay. So Java is called as platform independent. So C, C++ are platform dependent. Why? Because why it is called as platform dependent? We can compile our code in one OS and we can't run that code on another OS. So this is called as OS dependent. Okay. So let me come to the original picture now. So how Java solves this problem? Okay, this is the basic question. How Java solves this problem? Okay, let me answer the question. We can write our code once, we can run anywhere. Okay, we can write or can okay. In short, I can say you write once, just like a pickup line or a list, like a quote la చూద్దాం. ఒక line simple one word la చూద్దాం. Write once, run anywhere. Okay, write once, run anywhere. How Java is going to solve? Write your code once and run your code anywhere. Okay. In short, I can call you as write once, run anywhere. Okay. WORE. Write once, run anywhere. But now, but how? Okay. This was the basic question you are going to get from any person. But how? Okay, let me bring the above step by step. Okay, let me break down this particular line step by step process. Okay, let's understand how it is going to run, how it is going to compile, and how it is going to execute. I'm going to give you an architecture flow or else the system architecture or how it is going to compile and execute step by step. Please get into the point clearly. So I can tell you the steps. Okay, I can say the steps directly. Step one. So what is the step one? Java source code. Java source code. So this is the first step. So we are going to, sir, I can say, sir, what we are going to do, just you are going to write you will write your code, you will or you write your code, you write your code in some particular Java file. For example, let me tell you hello or else demo. Okay, let me take a demo. You are writing your code in particular file. The file was named as a demo.java. Okay, demo.java. Okay, the code which written is a human readable code. Okay, I can say you directly human readable code because this is a code you written the code in the particular file. What's the file name? Demo.java. You write code in a particular demo.java. So I can say you directly, this code is a human readable code. So, okay, fine. So what is the next step directly? Step two. Okay, step two. Java compile. Okay, Java compiler. Java compiler converts the source code, converts the source code into where is our source code is recited. We return our code in demo.java. So it is going to compile the demo.java into demo.class. Demo.class. I repeat, please be attentive. You are writing your Java source code in a particular file, in a human readable code in demo.java. So in next step, Java compiler is going to convert the demo.java source code into demo.class. I repeat, demo.class. So what dot class file is going to contain? So I can say you dot class file is going to contain, I can say dot class file content. I can say directly dot class file contains bytecode. Bytecode is nothing but zeros and ones. It is a mission understandable language. Clear, guys? So you are writing your code in demo.java in a human readable code, and Java compiler it is going to convert the source code into demo.class. So dot class file contains. Let me keep in this bracket so we'll get understand clearly. So dot class contains bytecode, okay, bytecode. So as of now, fine. So next, what it is going to happen? So in step three, we come up to step two. We completed the converting the human readable code to bytecode. So what is meant by step three now? The process bytecode. So what is bytecode? What bytecode is going to do? Bytecode doesn't contain anywhere. Bytecode is nothing but bytecode is a mission learning language or mission understandable language. Okay, or I can say, uh, let me tell you another way. Bytecode is not mission language. Okay, not Java code, and I can say it is a directly intermediate code. Okay, I'll not like this. I can directly write you. I will give you like okay. Bytecode is not mission language directly, and it is not Java code also. What's I can say it is an intermediate code. It's an intermediate code. Okay, this okay. What is an intermediate code is nothing but I can say you directly. This bytecodes is platform independent. This bytecode is a platform independent. Okay, I can say you directly. Bytecode is a platform independent. Why? Because we can run this demo.class in anywhere. Okay, because it is going to understand to the particular mission directly. So Java is a platform independent language. So what is happening in the step four? Okay, what is happening in the step four? So what? Who is going to take care? In step four, we are going to see a JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Mission. Java Virtual Mission. Okay, Java Virtual Mission. Each OS, I can say you directly. Each OS has its own JVM. I'm not writing the abbreviation directly. I'm just using the short word. Okay, please be attentive here. Each OS has its own JVM. What is meant by JVM? I told you clearly. So what Windows is going to have? Windows is going to have Windows JVM. Linux is going to have Linux JVM. Uh, Mac OS is going to have Mac OS JVM. Okay, fine. So next, what JVMs do directly? What is the role of JVM? Okay, JVM is number JVM. What is the role of JVM? JVM reads the bytecode. JVM reads the bytecode. Okay, next it converts it into mission code. I repeat, it converts into mission code and it executes that particular code and executes it. Executes. Okay. What is step one? Step one is nothing but you are writing your Java source code in a particular file, human readable code. And what is step two? Java compiler is going to compile that code into demo.class. Dot class file contain bytecode. So bytecode is not directly a machine language and not a Java code. It is an intermediate code. So this bytecode is a platform independent. Okay, fine. So who is going to read that bytecode? JVM. So in step 4, we have a JVM concept, Java Virtual Machine. So for every OS, we have individual JVMs. So Windows JVM, Linux JVM, Mac OS JVMs, and all. So what is the role of JVM directly? JVM is going to read your bytecode and it is going to put into mission code and it is going to execute directly. Okay. Where our code is there line. Okay, fine. So what is the main point you must understand? Same class, say I can say you same dot class file runs everywhere. I repeat, same dot class file run everywhere. Okay. Same dot class file run everywhere. What is dot class here? Demo dot class. This file is going to run everywhere. I repeat, this demo dot class only is going to run everywhere. Whenever when it created, they are going to use the same file whenever we want. Okay. Okay. JVM don't change anything. In step two, I converted the demo.java into demo.class. Some students may have on the JVM take only demo.class or JVM will change the demo.class. It will take any random. No, it is going to take the demo.class only. It is not going to change your file. Okay. Demo.java is going to convert into demo.class. That demo.class is only going to be used by the JVM. JVM won't change file. Okay. The file which was converted by your Java compiler, that class only is going to be used by the JVM. JVM manually don't change the class file. Okay, fine. So that's why I can give you a clear point. That's why Java is platform independent language. So up to now, we clearly understood. I just elaborated main definition. What is the main definition here? Okay, I just elaborated this particular this particular definition. Java is a high level and object oriented and platform independent programming language. So I just derived each and every word. What is meant by high level and object oriented and platform independent in each and every point by breaking them into a step-by-step process. Okay, fine. So these are the steps involved directly, I can say. Step one, you're fine. Step two. So what is meant by bytecode? I told you clearly. So okay, fine. So okay. So now, so what JVMs also do everything. We are very clear about it. So okay, fine, no issue. So what is JVM now? Okay, fine. What is JVM now? So let me explain you what is JVM and why it is existed, why it exists. Okay, fine. What is JVM first? What is JVM and why it exists? Why it exists? Okay, fine. What are the responsibilities or what are the work or what are the things that JVM is going to do? Okay, I can tell you directly. JVM, I can write directly as JVM responsibilities. Response responsibilities. Is spelling correct? Response RESPON. SI BAL. Is spelling response. So responsibilities. Hmm? Okay,
TIES.
yes, sir. So okay, fine. What are the responsibilities of JVM? So what are the responsibility of JVM? So in the above line only we clearly understood what JVM is going to do. But let me elaborate you in a clear way. So it converts, or I can say you it convert bytecode to mission mission level code or mission code, and it manages the memory and handles the garbage collection. I can say you it handles garbage collection, and it provides security. It provides the security. I can say it provides security and optimize the performance. Optimize the performance or anything. Okay, fine. So what these are the responsibilities of JVM. So what will we have? What if we don't have JVM? I can say directly without JVM, Java cannot run. Let me write down. Java cannot run, and it's a platform independence also not possible. So without JVM, platform cannot run, and as well as Java is called as a platform independent language. What if we don't have JVM? It is not going to be called as platform independent. If we don't have JVM, we can't call it as a platform independence. Okay, platform independence is not possible, or is not possible, like I can say. With JVM on platform independence is possible. So JVM, I can say JVM is the heart of Java. How heart is the heart? How human needs a heart? How so in the same way, Java is the heart. So JVM is the heart of JVM is the heart of Java. So for a Maven project, pom.xml file is the heart of the Maven project. So Java, for humans, heart is the heart of human, and JVM is the heart of Java. So like this. Okay. So next. So you must be confident about what is meant by JVM and JRE and JDK. I repeat, you are going to see three terminologies: JDK, JR, JVM. You should have a clear difference about among these three kind of words. Okay, so let me write down you and let me tell you JDK. Okay, JDK, JRE, and JVM. We should be able to be very clear about and we should know very clear difference between these three kind of words. Okay, fine. So what is meant by JVM? We clearly discussed above. Okay, what it is going to do? It is going to execute the bytecode. It is going to execute. Okay, it is platform and it is JVM is a platform dependent. Okay, for each platform, it is going to have some different JVMs. For Windows, it is going to have Windows JVM and everything dependent. Okay, platform dependent and runtime engine. I can say a runtime engine. So what is meant by JRE? Okay, what is meant by JRE? JRE is nothing but Java runtime environment. Java runtime environment. Okay, I repeat, JVM is nothing but Java Virtual Mission. Okay, JVM is nothing but Java Virtual Mission. JRE is nothing but Java Runtime Environment. So what it is going to contain? JRE is going to contain JVM. I repeat, it contains, I can say you directly like JRE, I can say it contains JRE contains JVM and core libraries. Okay, JVM JRE is going to JRE contains JVM and some core libraries, and it is used for the why core languages and all, core libraries and all. These are going to be used for the libraries. I can say used for running Java programs. Used for running Java programs. Clear, guys? JVM is okay. Fine. JRE is okay. JRE contains JVM and core libraries, and JRE is used for running for the Java programs. Okay, fine. Then what is JDK? Java Development Kit. Okay, Java Development Kit. What is Java Development Kit? What it is going to contain? Java JDK it contains okay, it contains JRE. It contains JRE and I can say specified compiler and development tools. It contains JRE, compiler and development tools. It is going to be used for JDK is going to use for developing the Java programs. Developing the Java programs. Okay, fine. In short, I can say what developer needs JDK, but end user who is going to run the application must need end user needs JRE. Okay, we develop the code, but to run that particular code, we should have JRE. JRE should have JVM. So what's the process here? We should understand here means uh, we should be very clear about what are the class and whatever the process we are doing. JVM is going to installed by and contained by from whom JVM we are going to get? From JRE we are going to get JVM. From whom JRE is going to be enabled? From JDK. So first we need to download JDK. From JDK, JRE, from JRE to JVM. This is the process. Clear, guys? Clear? JDK, JRE, JVM. So first is JDK. Next JRE. The next JVM. Clear, guys? So from JDK, we are going to get JRE, compiler and development tools. From JRE, we are going to get some core libraries and as well as JVM. So JVM, what is the process of JVM? JVM going to execute the bytecode and it is going to execute that code into machine. It is going to convert that bytecode into machine code and it is going to execute that code. Clear, guys? So what is the process here? JDK followed by JRE followed by JVM. Clear, guys? So next. So why Java is secure and why Java is robust? Everything Java is used everywhere. I can tell you clearly why Java is secure and why Java is robust and all. Why Java is why Java is secure? Why is this secure and robust and portable? And portable. So let me tell you about for secure. Okay, why it is called as secure? Okay, so then we'll get back to robust and then get back to portable. So okay, let me discuss in clear. So Java provides security. Java provides security by I will give you points directly. No direct memory access and no pointers bytecode verification, bytecode verification, and JVM sandbox environment. Okay, so that's why Java is used in banking applications and analysis applications and any more web applications anywhere. So because Java is secure, it is not going to provide the direct memory access and no pointers, and it is going to verify the bytecode also. The bytecode we generated at the time of compilation is the same code we receive not. It is going to verify. And JVM is also sandbox environment. I will tell you in detail what is meant by sandbox environment. Okay. The next step, because only for these reasons Java is going to why Java is used in so I can so sorry. So for this Java provides security for how why, because Java is secure, so that's why Java is used in banking applications, enterprise applications, and web applications. Okay, fine. So I can directly write. That's why uh, Java is used in enterprise applications, banking, and web applications. Okay, that's why Java is used in web applications and banking and enterprise applications. Okay, fine. Now coming to robust. Coming to robust. What is robust means? Robust means is nothing but strong, reliable. I can say reliable, and error resistant. Error resistant. So what is meant by strong and reliable and resistant is nothing but it's just simple terminology. And so Java is robust because it is going to handle the strong exceptional handling, and it is going to maintain the memory management automatically, and it is going to collect your garbage values in the garbage collection, and it is going to check the compile time and runtime errors. Let me check what is happening here. Error resistant, sorry, yeah. Okay, fine. I can tell you directly Java is robust because Java is robust because it's a strong exceptional handler or handling. We can use global exception handling. So many type of handle, how to handle an exceptions, what is meant by exceptions, everything is an advanced concept. We are going to learn in detail. So don't get panic and tense for listening this type of keywords. Okay. So automatic memory management, and what is like you need to collect the garbages automatically and stored in the garbage collection, uh, garbage collection, and it is going to check the compile time plus runtime errors, compile time and runtime checks errors. Okay, compile time and runtime errors. So Java is a robust because of these 4 points. So why, what is meant by portable then? What is meant by portable? So what is meant by portable then? So portable is nothing but portability means what is nothing but portability in real time scenarios. Portability means generally portability means I can say I'm just saying in terms of the coding part. Okay, code can be moved easily. Code can be moved easily. Okay, portable is nothing but code can be moved easily. Okay, what how Java bytecode? Like example, let me take Java bytecode. Okay, it can run on any system with the JVM. Okay, let me tell you, it can be run or runs on any system, runs on any system with the JVM. Okay, if you compile your code in Windows JVM, that compiled file can be run on with Linux environment and in Mac OS environment with the help of Mac OS JVM and Linux JVM. So if you compile your code in Windows system and if you want to run that code on Linux environment, okay, you can run that code because we are having Linux JVM in the Linux system. So we can run that code there. Okay. So what's the next point? No recompilation required. No recompilation is required. Done, guys? Done? So with this concept, I can say Java is secure, robust, and portable. Clearly told you what is the security and robust and portability. Clear, guys? So I can tell you one key point where Java is used, guys. Where Java is used widely, Java is used in Java is we can't say directly full stack development, okay? Because full stack development is front end plus back end plus testing plus deployment. So we are not going to use Java as a front end development. So we can't say directly full stack. Java, I can tell you, I can give you a point. Java used in back end development. Java is used in back end development. Okay, let me copy this keyword. We are going to write this. Okay. And Java is used in enterprise applications, and we can also use in Android applications. Android, let me write in short Android apps, and you can also use in banking systems or applications. Okay, fine. Next, we can also use in large scale applications like large scale areas or large scale servers. I can say large scale servers and competitive programming in lead code or any competitive competitive programming. Also we can use Java, and we can also solve DSA questions, and questions can all be solved. Questions asked in interviews also can also be solved by using Java. All these 7 points. Okay. So why we are learning Java before DSA then? So this is the main advantage. So by learning Java, you can also do many of these things. We can develop backend development, or we can develop the enterprise applications, Android applications, banking systems, and large scale servers. And we can also solve the problems in the competitive programming, code chef or lead code, and DSA and interviews. So these in all these in all these sectors, we are going to use Java to solve. Okay, why we are learning then Java? Why Java before DSA then? Okay, let me explain you clearly why Java before DSA. Why Java before DSA then? So because let me write here only itself. Because Java has because Java has strict syntax. Java has strict syntax. Like I can say, it improves the logic, and it has some discipline. Like discipline is nothing but don't think in a real life. Okay, it is having some certain rules and regulations. So we need to follow in a particular syntax. Okay, and it has strong typing. Typing is nothing but reduces the mistakes, reduces mistakes, and it has some built-in data structures, and it is widely accepted in many interviews. This is a best example. This was widely accepted in many interviews. I can say directly in many interviews. Okay, next. So up to here, I can say you directly up to here, up to this mark, I can tell you what we have discussed and what we have done till date. Okay. Every student make sure that you are okay with these points, what I'm right. Any person, okay, respect of the branch or respect of the batch you're working or you're professional or anywhere, please make sure that you understand what Java is and why Java exists. Next, how Java works internally. Explain you clearly at the top itself how Java works internally, and why Java is platform independent, and what is meant by Java, what is I can say what JVM, JRE, and sorry. Let me write in order. Okay, no issue. JDK. So what you should be very confident about all these points. Okay, what Java is and why Java exists, how Java works internally, why Java is platform independent, what JVM and JRE and JDK are exactly called as, and what are the key differences and all. Okay, fine.